Jersey on location. So I am super excited to share with you a chair yoga sequence. I've had a couple of requests for some things that to the ground would mean that you might not ever get back up, right? So today we're going to move through some Facebook. We're going to do another live video. Probably won't be much in the way of sequencing because there's no electricity. But sail across the Delaware River, which is literally a stone's throw distance away from me. And that is actually where Washington crossed the Delaware. It's really cool. So this area, when I invite you to join me in a gentle chair yoga sequence. So this will show you how yoga really can be for everybody, no matter where you are. A couple to think about when you are joining for the first time is one, you subside and then maybe come back to it the next day or in a what, because we are, believe it or not, we're even here in the chair and we're building flexibility. And guess what? Muscles don't want to be flexible. They will fight you tooth and nail. That connective tissue, those ligaments, tendons, they don't want to be stretched, especially if you've got several years and that it feels good. The second thing you want to think about is your chair. Now, technically, you could do several of these poses in a nice, comfy, squishy, lazy boy or whatever, recliner, but it's more ideal to be in a firm space. Now, I understand that sitting on a wood chair or even on these metal chairs can be uncomfortable. So as you see, I have a cushion underneath my bottom, basically on the chair to help to relieve some of that hardness. But thing you want to think about is I'm not sitting back all the way in the chair. I'm sitting forward with my spine straight. So I don't know if you had a grandmother like I did. I called her the posture police. She always made sure that we were sitting up tall and we used all of our manners. So pretend your grandmother's in the room tisking you and saying, sit up straight. That's the very first step. That's actually a yoga posture when you're sitting up straight. In yoga, it's called Tadasana or mountain pose when you're standing with in a chair yoga pose in a chair yoga class, your Tadasana, you've got your feet firmly planted on the mat or on the ground in front of you. I know ladies, especially if your grandmother's here, you're probably going to be sitting like this because my grandmother would never have let me sit like this. So most important thing is to be sitting up straight, feet pressing into the mat. And you got your chest bend all day rounding forward, right? Whether we're clicking and watching TV, whether we're holding grandbabies, whether we're looking at a computer. So take this time to really ground down through those bones on your bottom. Those are your sits bones, and raise your chest up. So now let's take a second and rotate those shoulders up to your ears. Oh, that feels yucky. Why would we do that, right? And let's roll them back. And maybe it minded. Let's do that again, rolling them up towards the ears. Feel how yucky that is. Why would we do that? And roll them back. So now let's try to move our ear towards the right shoulder, right ear towards the right shoulder. Pull that left shoulder away. Bring the crown of the head high. And then pull them down. Rolling them forward and then pull them down. Chest is proud. Right ear to right shoulder. And you can use your right hand to help to steady that left shoulder if that feels good. Inhale, head up. Right hand down. Left ear to left shoulder. Left hand to right shoulder to help provide a little bit of extra stretch. Inhale, come back up. Now, when you engage your transverse abdominals, like your grandmother always said when you stand up tall, that actually takes up to 40% of the pressure off your low back. So I don't know if you're like me, you might have some low back pain. If you just engage, so bring that belly into spine, that's going to take some pressure off the low back. And when you ground down your hands into the thighs with your belly forward, chin up, shoulders back. So inhale, you're going to round through the towards the back of the chair. And then exhale, chest is proud, belly's forward. So move at your breath, going forward and backwards. Barrel rolls when you do circles. where you bring your chest is around and the back and then pushing forward from the left towards the right. Then you push back on the right towards the left, forward, left to the right. And now let's do that to the other side. Can you feel lots of things crunching? I know I'm popping like crazy. You see my hands are still pressing into my legs to help take some pressure off the back. So from here, we're going to come to stillness and come back to our seated Tadasana, seated mountain pose. We're going to bring that left hand to the right thigh. If you can, grab your right knee. That left hand is going to grab the side of the chair. We're going to look over the right shoulder and bring the left shoulder as far to the right as you can. Try to keep your left sit bone pressing into that chair. Gaze over that. We're going to bring that right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the chair behind you. Chest is proud, belly's in. We're going to gaze over that left shoulder. Try to look out the left eyeballs, the left side of your eyeballs, both of them. You can do it. It's called yoga for your eyes. Beneath you. Inhale, come forward. Now that we're all loosey-goosey in our spine, let's shoulders back, shoulders forward. One more. Chest forward, shoulders back. Shoulders back is rounding. Inhale, let's come forward. Of exercise, we're going to build up some heat in our hip flexor. That's the part of your leg and into your abs. So you're going to push the mat down with your left foot and you're going to pick up your right foot and set it down. Belly's in, chest is proud. Let's do that 4 times. Lift it up, set it down. Now try to get your right knee up as high as you can. And maybe it just barely lifts. That's okay. It's going to lift higher and higher the stronger you get. Let's do one. Maybe you do those barrel rolls. Do whatever you need to do to kind of get those kinks out, because that works. That really works your abs and your hip flexors. Maybe you have the strength and the mobility to get that left to your chest. If you can't get it up that high, if you can barely lift that leg, that's okay.